camera, tripod, filters, bendy tripod, shoes, and finally, the most important thing, peanut butter crackers. Let's roll. Hey guys, welcome to my vlog. Today I'm going to be going through the motions of what it's like to be a photographer. I'm going to be talking about what I've been doing right and what's been holding me back. And I'm going to use the advice that I got from my experts during the interview. Alright, to start off, I've been doing something right. I've been getting my gear right. I have a really good bendy tripod, a really good actual tripod, which is in my bag back here, and a really good camera. It's a Canon 6D. This thing is a full frame sensor, meaning that can capture the most light possible, which is really important in astrophotography. It wasn't cheap, but it's definitely worth the buy. It's improving the quality of my pictures immensely. One problem I've been having with this project is that there's a lot of light pollution in our area. We live in a pretty urbanized area, so a lot of houses and cars are giving off light at night, which takes away from the light of the stars. I asked Andy and Mark if there was anything that I could do about this, and they said not really. You can't really just get rid of light. But they did say that I should be able to embrace it and use it as a cool effect in my photo. I'm not really sure how to do this, so I'm gonna research a little bit more, and maybe this weekend I'll try to use that effect. One of the people that I interviewed was my cousin, Andy Quinn. And let's just say, he's a pretty good photographer. So I asked Andy that if there was one thing that I could do to improve my images, what would it be? Well, he said, for starters, you should try to improve the composition of the image, which is basically just finding an interesting thing to take your photo. If there's nothing in your photo, then no one's going to want to look at it. It can be boring. There's this thing called an intervalometer, which basically allows you to set your camera to take a photo, for example, once every 30 seconds for 4 hours. This is really important when you're doing things like time-lapse photography. Canon, the camera company, they sell one for about $135. And that's a little bit ridiculous. So I found one on Amazon for about $25. This is a lot more in my price range, and it does practically the same thing. And hopefully I'll be able to use it this weekend. It looks like it's going to be a good one. It's getting dark, my hands are cold, and my feet are wet from the creek. So I'm going to head inside and show you guys what's up with post-production. Time to edit. My second interview was with Mr. Mark Morris. He has been a professional photographer for about 20 years, but doesn't really specialize in astrophotography. But he still gave me some great pointers. He said that post-production counts for around 50% of the entire photography process. This means editing and adjusting the image in programs like Photoshop and Lightroom. I dabbled around in Photoshop, and I think that the resulting image came out looking pretty good. To end the interview, I asked both Andy and Mark the same question. Why do we photograph? They responded in roughly the same manner. We photograph because we create. Throughout human history, people have been creating art. From cave paintings to Picasso, man has always had an urge to make. Photography captures our environment, recording the story of our lives. That is why it is so important. It is a means by which one can express their story. Thank you for watching.